Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So, since the starting of 2026, there has been a lot of shift in the AI world. Many people shifted from using AI agents like Claude or ChatGPT from their web UI to using them on desktop apps or in CLI harnesses, which is a better version of using those models in the cloud, because using those models in harnesses allows the models to run code, write code, save the code on your local PC, and it also lets them use a lot of tools like web searches, and it will monitor your desktop. And if you add skills to them, like if you are using a home assistant or any device like Alexa, which is basically a home assistant, you can connect those models to your home assistant, and then the models can control the lights and fans or any electronics you want them to control according to your command. So today in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to run the harnesses locally on your PC for free with local models like the new Gemma 4E4B. That's one of the greatest models produced by Google, which can be run locally on your local hardware. So for today's video, I'll be using my RTX 5060 Ti with 16 GB of VRAM. Let me just unload this model, and we'll be using LM Studio and Olama both as the local model providers. So first I'll show you using LM Studio and then we'll move on to Olama. And we'll be using Gemma 4E4B from Google. So let's start with downloading Hermes agent. So you can see that this is the website. I'll put this link down in the description so you all can go to this website and download it. So we can just go and click on install. We can go and download this, install Hermes. So now it will go and look for these UV package manager, Python, Git, Node.js, FFmpeg, FFmpeg, and everything, and it will do it for you if you don't have them installed. So it will take some time, but meanwhile, let me show you what all we'll be using. So first of all, LM Studio, and like before starting with models, I hope that you all know about quantizations or how to run models using Olama or LM Studio. If you don't know about that, you can watch the two videos which I'll link down in the description. They will tell you how to use Olama and LM Studio in the best possible way to run local AI models. And they will also help you go through each of the setting which you will need to run those models efficiently with perfect optimizations for your own local hardware. So meanwhile it's downloading, let's talk about what all Hermes agent can do. Hermes agent, like think of it like another person whose memory grows with you, who is there to help you every time 24/7, helps you in solving all of your doubts. And not only that, think of it as your personal assistant. It can manage your Gmail, it can manage your Google Calendar and everything. It can also send emails to people you want. It can also go through your WhatsApp messages and reply to some people whom you want it to reply. And it can also schedule some tasks, like you have a Python script on your PC which checks if you have any virus on your PC, and you want the script to run every day exactly at 9 p.m. So you can set up a job in Hermes and it will do that for you. You won't even need to touch the like Python script or run it. It will do it. If it shows any error, it will tell you that there is this error. If everything passes and like the output of that Python script is clean, it will just leave it as that. So now we can see Hermes is ready. We can go on and launch Hermes. Yup. Now you can see that will be greeted with a nice UI. So here is this UI. We can go on this settings tab and we can see a lot of providers. The only ones we want to use today is LM Studio and Olama. Yep. So let's go with LM Studio and it will ask you to paste LM API key. So if you don't have any API key set up or like you are using the LM Studio as default, so like there is no API key, you can just type in anything, like literally anything, and then click on activate. Now it has all the list of models which you have downloaded. We can go with this Gemma 4E4B and then click on apply. And you might think that why are we using Gemma for E4B? So everyone, like this tutorial guide is for everyone and also for those people who don't have nice hardware setup. So this Gemma 4 E4B is a really great model which you can even run on your phone. Like there's no high-end PC requirement for it. It only takes about 6 or like 5 or 6 GB of VRAM, and you can run it on 4 GB VRAM also with quantizations. So I'll just click on apply here. Then we can go on chat. You can select personality like helpful, concise, technical, creative, teacher, Shakespeare. So like I'll just keep it on, like we can say technical. Okay, we can do image or let's just keep it that way. Here is our like main appearance screen. You can keep it to light, you can keep it to dark, and I like it to keep it on mono because that's the best. You can also keep it on amber. I mean, that's your choice totally. Next, you can go on workspace. You can set your workspace, like if you want the Hermes agent to run on like inside a folder in your desktop and do everything in that folder, you can save it here. And then we have safety. It will have approval mode which you'll need to change. So what this means that it will ask you before running any command that if you want it to run the command or not. If you go on yes, it will run the command. If you say no, it won't. So like I want to keep it automatic, so I'll just click on off, so it just goes on running all the commands and it won't ask me. We can go and allow private URLs, browse private URLs, and file checkpoint. So file checkpoint, let's say that you are writing a code for a website and you have a nice UI and you ask it to make the buttons blue, and you realize that it has like given a worse output than it was before. So you can just, with the help of click of one single button, you can revert back to the code which was better. Memory context, we don't need to do anything here. Now voice, so like if you want to make it an autonomous agent to which you can talk and it replies back in voice, you can select this and you can, yeah, of course, go and change the text to speak providers. Like you can go with 11 labs, OpenAI, Minimax. So like I'll just go on Edge. So if you don't know about HTTS, it's a very nice text to speak model which runs locally on your PC. So I'll use this voice because I think it's the best, and I'll just go here and then put this voice right here, and that's it. Like if you want it to have like 11 labs, you'll need to go and then set your 11 labs API key down here. Yep, you'll need to change your API key. Well, this comes with prefill. I don't have any API key. So here you can go with advanced tab. So I won't touch this right now. we can just close it because that's all we need. Here in the bottom we can see the models, or wait a minute. Now here we can see the models which are available. So here is LM Studio and here is Olama Cloud, which is already set up for me. So we can just go with Gemma 4E4B. And if you hover over this model, you can see that there is an effort option also. So we can just go on max effort for the best output. Now we can see in the corner that it says Gemma 4E4B max. That's what we want. So now we can go and say hello. Now you'll see that it will load the model. It's doing that, and then it will send it the prompt, get the reply, and do everything for you. Okay, so right now it's processing the prompt and it's done. Hi, how can I help you? Are you starting a new project, looking up some information, or you want just chat? We can go ahead and click on read aloud. So right now for demo, I'll show that to you. You can see.
Hello. I see you just sent a greeting. How can I help you today? Are we starting a new project, looking up some information, or do you just want to chat?
You can see the sound quality of the voice I selected, and here is our voice conversation mode. So if you want to give it voice inputs and you want it to give you voice outputs all together, like consider it that you are on a call with your agent, then you will need to go with this button. Perfect. Now to show you the skill part, we can go on this website, Olama, and then we can ask it which model is the best and stuff like that. So let me just give it this URL. Go to this website and tell me what all models do you see. So now it's thinking, and then it has defined that it needs to run browser vision or web extract tools, and yep, it's doing it. It opened the Olama part and it's now thinking what all models there are. You can see the thinking process also. So let's just wait until it finishes the thinking process. Yup. You can see that it has given us the basic larger view of the models, the E2B, E4B, 12B, 26B and 31B, and it has given us the quantizations also for the models. Now let's say I want it to tell me the best model which I should run with Hermes agent, so we can go ahead and ask it. So which model should I run locally on consumer hardware like RTX 5060 Ti, or let's change it to RTX 3060 Ti with Hermes agent. So now it will go through the past info, which will be the context for this model, and then it will consider our new question which we have asked and then give us the answer. And here down in the bottom you can see how much context is filled up. So here right now it's 64,000 of context and 20,000 from that is already filled. And yep, now we can also ask it to read aloud this message too.
This is a great question that depends heavily on balancing model capability with your hardware's VRAM limitations. Given that you are running on an RTX 3060 Ti, which typically has 8 GB of VRAM, our primary goal is to recommend the smallest, most efficiently quantized model that still provides strong performance. Running anything too large will quickly run out of memory and crash or slow down dramatically. Based on the tags I saw in
Well, yeah, so that was for like voice output quality and the model quality. Now, next we can move on to Olama. So here you can see that I have Olama list command. So we can use Gemma for E4B again, and we also have the Qwen 3 9B, which is also a great model. But yeah, for demo purposes, I'll again go with the Gemma 4 E4B. So let's just eject this and close this. Now we'll need to go on to Olama and then the docs part. So Olama basically natively supports a lot of harnesses like OpenClaw, Hermes agent, the CLI version, and the Hermes desktop we are running right now. And it also supports Claude Code, Codex app, Codex CLI, Copilot CLI, Droid, Goose, Climb, VS Code, and like any tool which like any popular tool which you can list. So we can just go Olama launch. What was the tag? I'll need to check it. Olama launch Hermes desktop. We can just go and run this. Operate available. Okay, we won't concern ourselves with that for now. Then we can go here and then select the model we want to run. So here is Gemma 4E4B. I'll just click enter, and then we should see that our Hermes agent has changed. Okay, now our Hermes agent should show us Olama. So here we can see Gemma 4 E4B. Well, I'll just go ahead and click on this. It's the max thinking. Now let's just go ahead and copy this prompt. Okay, and give it a new session and then go ahead, paste this, and then we can just go to this website and yep. And let me just show you the task manager too. So it's loading the model. So you can see it takes about 4.6 GB, or now it's 7 GB. And you can see that it's running locally and it's thinking and it's doing all the work it needs to do. You can see it has listed 65 elements and now it's answering. We can see that it is giving us like almost same reply as the other model gave, like the same model from running using LM Studio, and then we can see that it has finished giving us replies. Now let's again go back to this and then ask it, so which model should I run locally? Okay, let's just go ahead and do this. Yep, so it has given us the expected output also. And for running these AI models with these harnesses, I mostly use LM Studio instead of Ulama, because LM Studio runs models at a faster token per second. And also, if you paid a close attention, you would have seen that the LM Studio chat shows us the emojis too. So yeah, you are not chatting to a blank screen and it gives us emojis which are more visually appealing, but here you can see that there is no single trace of an emoji, because like Olama doesn't support them for now, but their community says that supports are on the way. So that's all for now. You can, like, if you want to explore, you can go to this skill part also. You can enable or disable the skills you want. Like if you want note taking, you can connect Obsidian also, which is a really great harness if you want to save notes and stuff. You can also connect your email. You can connect email, GitHub, media, research, and as I said, smart home and software development and everything. You can go here and messaging, so you can connect it to your Telegram bots, Discord bots, emails, home assistant, all of this. Artifacts, you can see what all it did, like went to this and like everything. And you can also set up cron jobs, which are schedule the prompt and like schedules the prompts and runs it whenever the schedule is. So we can go on new cron and just go ahead and paste anything and prompt and then frequency daily and deliver to Telegram desktop and everything. So like let's say you made a news bot and it fetches the details and then forwards it to your like family group on WhatsApp. So let's say it fetches, it runs every day at 9 a.m. It will fetch the details and then it will send it to your WhatsApp group or anywhere you want to. So that's what a cron job is. You can do that also. And you can also make new profiles like this memory and clone, and you can add soul.md to tell like the personality of the model to change the personality. And here in the bottom you can see that here is the context length. Wait, yep, here is the context length. So 21k tokens have been used from 131k tokens. Well, that's mostly everything about Hermes agents or the harnesses. And next, I'll be meeting you with a new video on running Hermes agent locally with Gemma 4 on a small PC like Raspberry Pi and taking it anywhere you want to and using it as your own assistant. So that's it. Thank you for watching.